The human senses, the gateways of life, the awakening of perception. From the moment we take our first breath, we open the gateways of life, our senses. Through them, we see, hear, taste, touch, and feel the pulse of existence. They are not merely biological instruments. They are the sacred bridges between the body and the soul, between the physical and the spiritual, between the seen and the unseen. For centuries, humanity was taught that we have only 5 senses, but that was just the surface of a deeper truth. In reality, we possess many more, each one a language through which life speaks to us. Welcome to the human senses, the gateways of life. The 5 doors of the outer world. We begin with the 5 that we know best: sight, hearing, touch, taste, and smell, the primary messengers of the outer world. Sight allows light to become meaning, photons transformed into color, form, and vision. But beyond the eyes, sight is also insight, the power to see truth, clarity, and purpose. Hearing is the gift of vibration. Every sound is a wave, a pattern of energy that dances with our consciousness. Through sound, we receive language, music, and memory, and the echo of creation itself. Touch is the first sense we ever develop. Even before birth, we feel the rhythm of life through our mother's heartbeat. Touch connects us to others, to nature, and to the universe. It reminds us that we exist in unity. Taste transforms chemistry into pleasure. It teaches us discernment, to know what nourishes and what harms. It is not only of the tongue, but also of the soul. We must taste life to understand it. Smell, the most ancient sense. It binds us to memory, to instinct, to our animal wisdom. In African tradition, smell is spirit, a sense that guides hunters, healers, and prophets alike. Together, these 5 senses form the outer circle of our perception, but they are just the beginning of a much greater design. Beyond the 5, the hidden senses. Science now reveals that the human body possesses many more ways to perceive reality. Proprioception, our sense of position. Even with our eyes closed, we know where our hands and feet are. It is the internal geometry of being, the awareness of self in space. Equilibrioception, our sense of balance. Housed in the inner ear, it keeps us aligned with gravity, reminding us that all of life seeks balance, physically, emotionally, spiritually. Thermoception, the ability to sense heat and cold. It teaches us contrast, the play of fire and ice, comfort and challenge. Nociception, our sense of pain. Pain is not punishment, it is protection. It tells us when the harmony is broken. Even the earth itself cries through the same sense: earthquakes, storms, imbalance, her pain made manifest. Interoception, the inner awareness of life within, the feeling of hunger, thirst, heartbeat, breath, and emotion. This is how the body speaks, whispering messages of alignment or distress. Chronoception, our sense of time, not the clock's ticking, but the body's inner rhythm, the flow of days, seasons, and cycles. It is how nature moves through us. Chemoreception and baroreception, the silent monitors that sense oxygen, pressure, pH, and balance in our blood. Without them, life would end in moments. They are the unseen guardians of homeostasis. And perhaps even magnetoreception, the ancient orientation that guides birds across continents. Some scientists believe that faint traces of this still exist within us, a forgotten compass in our DNA. The inner senses, the language of the body. Within each of us lives an entire universe of sensation that never meets the eyes. The growl of an empty stomach, the pounding of the heart during fear, the shiver of intuition before danger. These are the body's internal voices. Modern science calls this interoception. Ancient Africa called it the dialogue between spirit and flesh. Our ancestors listened to these inner senses through fasting, rhythm, and stillness. They could sense the weather through their bones, the approach of danger through the heartbeat, and the harmony of health through the breath. In truth, the body is not a machine. It is a sacred instrument, constantly tuning itself with the rhythm of creation. The mental senses. The mind as perceiver. Beyond biology, there are the senses of the mind, what philosophers once called the inward wits: imagination, judgment, memory, reason, and intuition. These are not organs, but dimensions of awareness, the bridge between the physical and the metaphysical. Imagination allows us to see what does not yet exist. It is the womb of creation, the birthplace of all invention. Judgment is discernment, the inner sense of rightness or error. It guides our moral compass, our choices, and our integrity. Intuition is the whisper of the soul. It knows before logic, sees before sight. It is the inner eye, the third sense, that feels what the outer eyes cannot. Empathy is the heart's sense. It allows us to feel others as ourselves, reminding us of the great truth of unity, I am because we are. Ubuntu. These senses are not measured by nerves, but by vibration, awareness, and consciousness itself. The spiritual senses. The eyes of the soul. When the physical eyes close, the eyes of the soul open. In African mysticism, Indian philosophy, and universal spirituality, it is said that there are senses beyond form: clairvoyance, telepathy, energy perception, and inner sight. These are the refined extensions of our natural senses, expressions of awareness unbound by matter. The ancient Kemetic priests of Africa spoke of the eye of Heru, the awakened perception that sees truth beyond illusion. Today we might call it enlightenment. These spiritual senses are not supernatural, they are supernatural, the higher octave of what already exists within us. Nature's mirror, the senses of all life. Every creature on Earth perceives through its own sacred pattern. Bees see ultraviolet, snakes sense infrared, birds feel the Earth's magnetic fields, and elephants sense storms through vibration in the ground. We are not apart from them. We are part of the same sensory web. The Earth herself breathes, feels, and responds. To awaken our senses is to return to harmony with her. The dimming of the senses. Modern life has dulled our perception. Artificial light blinds our inner vision. Constant noise deafens the silence of intuition. Synthetic flavors, screens, and distractions have severed the bridge between body and soul. We have traded sensitivity for stimulation and awareness for automation, but the senses are not lost. They are merely asleep. The reawakening. To awaken the senses is to reawaken life. Walk barefoot on the earth. Listen to the wind. Taste food grown in living soil. Breathe deeply and feel your heartbeat. Meditate in silence. Let nature teach you how to perceive again. This awakening is also happening on a collective level, led by those who embody balance and truth. In Africa, this rebirth is personified through leaders like Captain Ibrahim Traoré, a living symbol of consciousness rising, rebuilding not just nations, but the human family. The restoration of Africa is the restoration of humanity's original senses, our connection to truth, nature, and divine order. The symphony of life. Every heartbeat, every breath, every spark of perception is a note in the great orchestra of life. The senses are how the universe experiences itself through us. To see is to receive light. To hear is to receive vibration. To feel is to receive energy. To imagine is to receive the infinite. When we awaken our senses, we awaken the soul of humanity. This is the Spirit Way, where the senses awaken and the soul remembers. Like, subscribe, and share. Let the world feel again.